Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you. So, welcome to day 3 and the final day of our online summit. A warm welcome to all our attendees out there. My name is Rosanna, and I will be your MC for this evening. So, the last 2 days, we've had speakers and panelists who shared a lot about what the future landscape of the training industry is going to look like and how trainers can leverage on the GTF platform to make sure that they stay relevant and successful in this new future. And we've also had some sharing from GTF members on how the brand have helped them in their career. And we also welcome new partnerships with GTF Middle East and the Indian chapter. So for those of you that have missed any of the previous sessions from day 1 or day 2, you can watch the recordings of these sessions by clicking on the schedule, selecting the day and then the session, and clicking on the watch recording button. So I'm not sure if there's anyone here that's new to GTF, but let me give you a brief introduction of what GTF is, or the Global Trainers Federation, which is its full name. So GTF is an independent body that ensures the highest training standards at an international level. Through the collective wisdom and expertise of a quality council, GTF identifies the best and the highest quality trainers in order to benefit the corporate sector, the recruiters of talents, the trainer community, as well as institutions all over the world. And GTF supports organizations, training managers, and trainers alike by creating opportunities and encouraging the highest level of competence in training methods, and continuous trainer development to achieve training ROI. So GTF provides credibility and standards in 2 areas. One, through a stringent set of criteria, the GTF Trainers Badge identifies trainers who have attained specific professional requirements, and this badge will define them as a professional. And secondly, the GTF program endorsement and certifications identify workshop standards and competency levels of trainers in their abilities to deliver and transfer knowledge to others. Our 3-day summit has the theme of new opportunities in a post-pandemic journey. And the main objective of this summit is to actually help trainers like yourselves and also organizations alike to connect with each other and to highlight the opportunities that are available for you at this time. Let us now move on to the first item on our agenda, which is the keynote speech. For our keynote speech, we have the privilege of having 2 of the 3 co-founders of GTF with us. Our first speaker, Suhu, is the founding president of the Malaysian Association of Professional Trainers and Coaches, also known as MAPTEC. And Suhu is a trainer through and through since 2007 in the area of sales, leadership, and entrepreneurship. In recognition of his achievements and contributions, he has been awarded the prestigious Global Training and Development Leadership Award by the World HRD Congress in the Silver Jubilee Celebration, Distinguished Trainer, Hall of Fame in Asia's Training and Development Excellence Award, and as an SME icon by Malaysian Service Provider Confederation. He was also awarded the Best Sales Trainer in Malaysian Golden Globe Tigers Award and Malaysia's 100 Most Influential LinkedIn Icon. Suhu currently serves as a Nexus Governing Committee member for Malaysia Productivity Corporation, the Director of Asia Pacific for Global Trainers Federation, and for Experiential Learning Institute, as well as a panel assessor to assess and evaluate the new TTT lead trainers for HRD Corp. Joining him is our other keynote speaker, and that is Sunil Hashmukari. Sunil is an international speaker, master trainer, certified solution-focused coach, and strategic consultant over close to a decade. He brings with him a wealth of experience in leadership and management that has led him to develop solution focused and strength based leaders, shaping talents and workforce through effective KPIs in various organizations, including corporates, governmental, and non governmental agencies. He is also the group CEO of HC Consultant Group and the founder and president of the Malaysian Positive Psychology Association. In the last 17 years, he has addressed more than 150,000 people from over 69 nationalities in many countries. He's often invited to share his expertise in areas of leaders, change management, organization transformation, and coaching using solution focused, positive psychology, and appreciative inquiry approach. He's also very passionate about developing the Gen Y, young adults globally, and often engaged with thousands of them yearly via various youth empowerment initiatives globally. So let us welcome our keynote speakers, Suhu and Sunil.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, Rosanna.
Hi there, Sunil.
Hey,
So
Suhu.
I'm gonna pass the floor to
Can't hear you,
Sunil.
Suhu.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm gonna pass the floor to Sunil to start, and then I'll pick up after that. So Sunil, floor's yours. It's your internet, man.
Very good afternoon, very good evening to friends who have come from, let's see, we have got colleagues from Johannesburg, Malaysia. Hi, honey, how are you doing? Hey, Davidson, pleasure to meet you. Suhu, can you hear me?
Yes, we
And
can.
now I can hear you. Yep, perfect. Perfect. All right. So, in this segment, I think what we really hope to do is to share with you some of our experiences on going global and how networking, how being part of, collaborative initiatives around the world, as well as being part of GTF, right, has become a great platform for us to connect and communicate as well as be part of a global family. So probably I'd like to invite Suhu to start off and then I will add on. Over to you, Suhu.
The part that you missed out was me inviting you to start on, so that I will add on.
Oh,
All right, welcome everybody. I think all of you are also looking at how do we grow global? How do we
yeah.
go global? How do we expand our business outside of Malaysia? Or of India, or let's see who else is here, of Indonesia,
South
of
Africa.
Singapore. Yeah, how do we expand out? And the key is everybody say this together. Thank you, COVID.
Thank you, COVID.
Thank you. Wonderful. Why thank COVID? Because COVID has flattened the world. It has made the world completely flat. Have been forced over the last 2 years. People have been forced to live a non-centralized life. They have been forced to live in decentralized model. They have been working from home. They have been, operating, attending classes, and doing things from home. And this has allowed people, the brain, to kind of get adapted to learn how to pay attention, keep attention, stay focused for long periods of time, even if we are on a virtual class. That means that anyone can start training people globally. So how to do it? Well, we'll share a little bit more after Sunil shares his thoughts about that part, and then I'll share with you how I or the rest of us have been building a global network of training providers, agents, and clients. Sunil, what's your thoughts on the COVID flattening the world?
So I guess you're so right. Yeah, COVID has flattened a world to a point where almost anybody in any part of the world is as close as here, as close as getting onto a Zoom call, getting onto a Google call, getting into a a WebEx call. And I noticed one thing, that this pandemic has, of course, allowed us to sharpen our skills, upskill our skills to get more comfortable with virtual training and all that. But more importantly, because we were home and because we had a little bit more time, we started to connect with people using LinkedIn, using Facebook, and using a lot of other medias, right? And because we wanted to get to know people and build that connections, which we would have otherwise done by traveling. I mean, I've traveled so much, and my hobby is traveling, right? In a month, I'm probably 15, 18 days overseas and the rest of a few days here in Malaysia. And I notice every time I go overseas, it's not only about work. It's always about going to different groups of people, different networking events, going and becoming a volunteer in different programs and all that. And that gave me an opportunity to connect with people, right? I still recall one of my initial experiences going to Hong Kong was because I was speaking at a conference in Hong Kong because of my work that I was doing in Road Track, right? Suhu, your brother, was one of the super active members in Road Track back in those days, and I remember growing in that space with him, right? And that became a platform. Now from there, we got to know people, we connected with people, and they've been becoming friends on social media now, observing what we are doing, and suddenly invitation comes. I mean, it's just today morning at 4 o'clock, so I can share with everyone here, right? I got a LinkedIn message because yesterday I gave a talk for a global company based in Netherlands where 1,700 finance people, right, were attending their global finance event. And I got one LinkedIn message which was very heartwarming, congratulating, appreciating, and all that stuff. But I think more important was, Sunil, I've got issues with one of my senior directors in one of the regions, and a short explanation of this situation. Can you please coach him and support him? Now, when I agreed to do the session, they asked me what's going to be my fees. And for some funny reason, because I was free and I thought, never mind, this group of people, I know them well, I'm helping them a lot in the organization, let me just do it pro bono. That pro bono has led to 3 new work opportunities. Now, I think that's another perspective because many at times when I connect with fellow speakers and friends, they keep telling me, oh, we must make money, we must always make money. But I think at the end of the day, right, when you put money aside and you put your intentions up front, right, and you sincerely go into organizations to help, when you go sincerely into communities to help, you find that the universe actually brings back the results that you want, right? So to me, I think really volunteering and always being there for people, for community, and also for organizations has been helpful. Always traveling and reaching out to different groups has become very inspirational. And at the end of the day, the one main reason why when I left Petronas, I was really keen to get connected to a global training community, trainers network, which there was none. And that's where it led to me having a conversation with Suhu and suggesting, can we look at the possibility of building a global trainers, a community. And that's where GTF actually started, right? Train Suhu and I were having a conversation, and then we got in touch with Arthur Kamazi, and it's that co-creation of intentions that led from one to another to bringing, GTF to where it is today. And I think GTF has been an incredible platform. I'll give you just one example. One of the other directors is Brother Khalid from Bahrain. A few of our members who are even here today have actually been invited to speak, right, on in multiple conferences and leadership events and all that by Bahrain, in Bahrain, and even where the some ministers are involved and all that. Now, you never know where that speaking engagement would connect you to somebody. So all in all, I think my experience in the space of training, speaking, has been so beautiful thanks to small to large communities of trainers and coaches that I've connected with. And probably, so you want to share your experiences of how you've been, going doing things in a global space as well.
Thank you. Yeah. So for me, I have always been traveling to face programs, and I've always limited to within 2 hours. I don't like traveling beyond that. Simply because I my body maybe is I'm a bit older than Sunil, adjusts slightly harder. So whenever I travel to time zones that are more than 2 3 hours apart, my meal times and everything all go haywire, right? But as a trainer, I accepted that as the norm. Then, when the pandemic hit, you know, I started to see opportunity of bringing clients that are traditionally far apart together online. So I've got programs where I have participants from 7 8 different countries meeting in a space where now they are not just exchanging ideas with other peers of the same country, but they're exchanging ideas with peers from different countries and different cultures. And it spurs a lot more deep discussions and ideas as to how they can resolve the issues that they face in the organization, how they can overcome some of the challenges that they are individually facing. It's also allowed organizations to think of bonding and team work in a very different manner. I remember one of the most interesting exercise we did was we organized a team lunch. It was a training across 8 different countries with a surprise team lunch that was deployed in the respective countries by delivery. And then the members are eating together just as if they would have been if they came to Malaysia or came to Singapore or any other location for face-to-face training. you know the pandemic has really opened up a lot of different ways of things are being done. We recently deployed a business simulation that participants could play from 4 different countries, so we can see how the managers of different countries and different cultures actually build their team and build the business respectively, right? This is really a game changer. What I love to do, and I love to connect with local training providers from different countries, because I believe they know their country best, they know their culture best. And what I then do is I offer them, free previews, or I offer them, free assessment tools that they can use in order for them to introduce me and my team to their countries and to their clients. I think so far, most of my team members at least have been training in 2 or 3 different countries now, and it's all because we never stopped reaching out to different people. We never stopped pivoting, and GTF has been a great platform for us to leverage with trainers and speakers and train providers from different countries as well.
So who the MOU and also the chapter membership with HR India team. I think that was quite an interesting one as well, because now we are not only connecting with the trainers, but we are also starting to connect with the HR community, because at the end of the day what we want to build is an ecosystem, right? Where you have got the training providers, you have got the trainers, you have got the coaches, you have got the HR, and this ecosystem for learning and development is what becomes incredibly important for us to grow, and effectively build the learning and development space that we have.
Yep, yep. I think it has changed the ball game a lot. Even if you're a local trainer and you have always been doing work locally and not intending to go global, think about it. The global trainers are coming, which means that you can't stay where you are in India or in Singapore or in. I recently found out statistically there are more trainers in Singapore than there are in Malaysia, And the
Really?
population base of, yeah, I just found out the
Wow.
population base of Singapore is something like 10 times smaller than Malaysia, and they have more certified trainers than Malaysia. And it's crazy. So if I'm a Singaporean trainer, I will want to think about how I can spread outside of Singapore. Indonesia is a huge country that doesn't have as many trainers as we can see. So that's a good potential. Thailand, Vietnam, within a 3 hour time zone of Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, we are looking at 60% of the global population, 50 or 60% of the global population. That's good enough, And if a trainer is hardworking enough, you can then also tap into European time zone and even American time zone. I did 4 sessions before. First session in for a client in Korea, and then I did Malaysia time zone in the afternoon. Then I did Sri Lanka, sorry, Bangladesh time zone, and then last one I did was Italian time zone. That would never have happened if we were still doing face-to-face training.
Yeah. The best you could probably do is 2 or 3 countries, neighboring countries. You go and meet people and have a meal and all that, because that was my experience when I went to Slovenia to speak at the World Women Economic Conference just before the lockdown happened. I actually had breakfast in Slovenia, lunch in Croatia, and sorry, tea time in Croatia, and lunch in, I don't know, another country neighboring to it. So I guess that's the most you possibly do. But Sue is right. To actually do trainings in multi countries and all that, doing virtual is definitely one easy way. And you will see, the future trends of learning and development going in this space where we will not have as many face-to-face engagements due to costs. There are a lot of ways organizations are trying to cut costs and want to recoup losses that they might have faced. And a lot of clients who used to enjoy the face-to-face sessions are now opting for online sessions. And that would simply mean that you have an opportunity to sit in the comfort zones and actually be able to deliver the sessions. Another idea which I can share, like what Suhu said, that when he goes to different countries he looks out for training providers. I tend to look out for organizations or associations. Like for example, try and get in touch with the HR community in a foreign country, or get in touch with associations related to either the coaching space, the training space in the local environment. And another thing that we can also do is, if we spend enough time preparing for the trip from here itself, you might find that you can connect with some of the more influential trainers in those countries, and then plan for pro bono 2 hour training and speaking engagement, or an hour of sharing session, or being part of the group in India, fellowship initiatives. I remember I used to go to South Africa very often. I had some work close to 7 months in 2018 and 19. I was in South Africa, Cape Town. I used to actually visit the professional speakers group there. I used to go have brunch with them. I used to go to their house and have braai. Braai is like barbecue parties, right? And build lots of connections and friendships with these people, and that has led on to opportunities and co-creation of new products and all that. And I think that's what really takes. Many trainers actually ask, why is it that you are able to move in an international space way faster than many others? The only answer that I have is, how much are you willing to give? If we can put the mind of making money away, I think you will find that a lot of doors can open. And then when people see the value, they will definitely come. One of those people that is on our call is Honey. Honey and I do a lot of pro bono coaching work for career retrenched workers, university students and all that. And I think just by doing that, because we love to help people, suddenly opportunities keeps coming and knocking the doors. And I really hope that this GTF platform that we have been working really hard to build so far, and we hope that this particular platform will really create that synergy amongst us as trainers. And remember, no one trainer is an expert in everything. Suhu is an expert in NLP sales. He's an expert in certain areas, but there are other areas that I might be good at. And let's say now when Suhu gets or comes across a requirement which fits my expertise, we partner up, or he refers that to me. And many at times, occasions have come where clients that I'm doing work on the space of leadership and change management suddenly say, Sunil, as part of change management, we need to do this, leadership series for these guys. And that will be the space I do. Then they'll come back and say, we love the work you did. Can you please now get someone, that you trust, who can work with you to drive the sales team, for example. And then I'll probably call up Suhu and say, bro, can you handle the sales part of it? That collaboration and keeping your signature and your area, your speciality, I think it's another important thing, because there are too many trainers out there, especially in the Malaysia market, right? I've seen um, almost anything and everything under the sky they can train. Just because the world is moving in the space of IR 4.0, suddenly you find that they say, oh yeah, we can do IR 4.0. In my life, do you even know how to spell IR 4.0? Right? But they will come and say, oh no, no, we know. Then after that, you assess them, and because Sue and I sit on the committee for trainer evaluations, we notice that people will come and pretend as if they know, but the truth is they would have gone into Google, they will copy paste some slides and some images here and there and try to deliver, and they make an absolute mockery. Why not become a specialist in 2 or 3 areas and become really, really good at it? Go for almost every particular credential that you can in that space and really become a authority. I think that is something that people may really want to look at. If you decide that change management is a field that you are interested and passionate, go and scout which are the biggest change management organizations. How are they built? What are the credentials that they give out? What's the kind of course you can do? I'm very passionate for coaching, like like Rosanna. I've got credentials from ICF. I've got from EMCC. I've got from what do you call IAC. I'm working on it now. So you actually become a specialist in the area. Why? Because you have actually gone and learned from all the global gurus and from all the global experts. And now, even so, while we can go out there and train, we can also learn from the comforts of our home from these global experts. So those are some of my thoughts, Suhu, on also, connecting and working with people in the global space.
Yeah, wonderful. The other things that you may not have noticed or missed out is this: when you go for these global certifications and global um, uh, training as an attendee, as a participant, you actually get to network with other global trainers, and that allows you to then build a strong support system in various countries and various that will lead to a lot of different opportunities. Yeah, I think that's another wonderful angle for you to for anyone to go global. All right, so looking at the time, we've got about 1 minute to go. Sunil, would you like to share one last tip?
I love that question. There's so many tips, but the one last tip I think I would like to say is be a giver and see how the universe comes back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Givers do gain. And with that, thank you all very much. My last probably tip will be LinkedIn. And for those of you who are not sure how to do it well, you can talk to Honey in the visitors lounge later.
Yep.
Honey is an expert in LinkedIn. So please reach out to her, and she's going to give you some hints and tips on how you can improve your LinkedIn profile and your LinkedIn reach. With that, thank you all very much. Over to you,
Rosanna.
Rosanna.
Thank you all. Take care and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Sunil and Suhu. What a great sharing. And I completely agree with you both that to receive, we must first be willing to give generously and sincerely. And with the borderless world that the pandemic has created, I think the opportunities out there are immense. So thank you very much to Suhu and Sunil. Okay, so before we move on to the next item on our agenda, I would like to bring to your attention the amazing offers that we have right now for all of you. For anyone who wants to be an associate member with GTF, we have dropped the price from USD 50 to $10 for the first year. And the code for this is Associate GTF 21. And for anyone who wants to join as a professional member, the price is now $20 for the first year. And the normal rate will apply from the second year onwards, which is $100. And the code for this is Professional GTF 21. So today is the last day that you can take up these offers. So please, please do take advantage of them. The next item we have on our agenda is a sharing by one of the key members that we have on GTF, and it will be a success story that he's sharing with us. So Dave Ganesh, or Ganesh R, he's known in the training industry as Dave Ganesh, but I think his name is Ganesh R. He's a professional master trainer, a speaker, a coach, a facilitator, and a consultant. Dave Ganesh has obtained his Bachelor's of Law degree from Queensland, Australia, and he is an internationally certified and accredited directive communication psychology trainer, accredited by the American Institute of Business Psychology. Dave Ganesh is a certified trainer, certified by the Human Resource Development Corporation, or HRD Corp, Ministry of Human Resources, Malaysia. And Dave Ganesh is also a professional certified trainer, certified by the Global Trainers Federation, GTF, and he has over 2 decades of combined experience in the legal and the corporate arena. Dave is the founder and developer of Meraki Science of Transformation, which is primarily a foundational science that propounds the step-by-step methodologies, strategies, and processes of developing, cultivating, and augmenting optimum human potential and capabilities. So let's welcome Dave Ganesh to the floor with his success story.
Can you hear me, Rosanna?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, let's see. Just give me a moment, yeah?
Sure. It looks like you have your snap camera on.
Something is technically wrong here. Let me get this sorted out.
Would you like to refresh your browser?
Okay, I'll try that now.
So while we wait for Dave Ganesh to come back, let me tell you again about the offer that we have, because it is the last day for this. And I really want you to take it up if you're interested in becoming a GTF member. So for the associate membership, it's 10 USD for the first year, and the code for that is Associate GTF 21. And for the professional membership, it's 20 USD for the first year, and the code for that is Professional GTF 21. So Dave is back, but still without his camera.
That's right. Still without my camera. I'm back.
Okay, maybe you can share without your camera.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you so much, Rosanna, for the kind introduction. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not able to see you. Neither are you. I can see you, but you can't see me, rather. Okay. I'm given the task of talking about success. As Rosanna quite correctly stated, I've designed and developed a program called Meraki Science of Transformation, and the foundation of that program is to build human potential and capability, i.e., in a way you could say it's success. And I realized that success cannot be defined. That's one thing that we all, I think most of us would agree, that you cannot define success. success will mean differently to different people, and it's a very subjective connotation as opposed to an objective connotation. Um, and Just trying to get my camera on again. Anyway, let's proceed with this. Yeah. And while we try to define success, the first thing is that it comes to our mind is that we believe that we are the mind is the one that's actually targeting what is definition of success. In actual sense, it is our emotional orientation which actually gives us the feeling of success when you achieve something. Yeah, and success may not mean financial attainment. It could be simple things like thinking of, or rather having the dream of educating a child, giving a child a tertiary education. It would mean simple thing buying a small, you're staying in a rented house, so you would like to acquire and own a house. It's simple things like making a world tour for some people, or even making the first trip out of the country. So it's different for different people depending. But what actually gives you the notion that you have achieved something is your emotion. This is known as emotional gratification. When you achieve something, or you have reached a certain destination, you will have a certain feeling in an emotion, or a certain feeling that you will experience, and this is known as or commonly as emotional gratification, that you have actually achieved something. And in the last 2 years, many of us or people out there across the globe have been denied of this emotional gratification. People have lost job, people have taken pay cut, business entrepreneurs have closed down businesses, large corporations have also downsized their businesses. And in terms of looking at success, I think it was far fetched in the last 18 months. Mere survival was something that everybody was looking at, especially with the restriction in movement. You couldn't even leave your home. What more to go and do business or market yourself and network physically with others? Therefore, Global Trainers Federation, which I belong to in the last 2 years since 2019, has provided the platform where there is a community of like-minded people, trainers, counsel, consultants, counselors, and people who are doing just about the same type of business that you are doing. And when you have this group of people, in my personal experience, a couple of them who have become my friends have helped me a lot during the last 2 years. And it did not only come from within the country that I reside, but it came from friends far. And they were there to basically guide and assist when doors were closed globally for trainers to a certain extent, if I can say that. So belonging to a tribe, if I may say so, an association or group of a club of group like-minded people gets you through challenging times, as what correctly Sunil and Suhu had shared moments ago. When you are in an association with like-minded people, and one of them as a business opportunity, and it is an area of not of his or her specialization, and it is yours, you will get the first call from your brother within the organization, within the association, to give you the opportunity. They will not go out of that group to give someone else, but the first opportunity will be given to person within the tribe. So Global Trainers Federation is indeed, as it grows and it evolves and it develops, I'm sure it will give trainers alike greater opportunities in the training field, and also to the extent of taking us globally, which is very true. We cannot be in the cocoon as we were before. Globalization is taking place whether we like it or not. And friends and belonging to an association or a club or a federation like the Global Trainers Federation gives us the extra niche where we can position ourselves globally. Remember, members there are from the global citizens of trainers, therefore puts you in a better position. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take on success. Thank you very much, Rosanna, for the moment, for the time. And my apologies for the camera, which is not working at the moment.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dave. I love what you shared, that success looks different for everyone, and there really is no standard definition of what it look like.
Yes,
Yeah, it's really personal. And I think when you belong to the right community, you can really celebrate your success with friends, right?
definitely.
Yeah. So I wish you every success. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you so
sharing.
much, and likewise to you, Rosanna, and everybody. Yeah, thank you so much. And
Thank
my
you.
apologies for my camera. I'll try to get organized by the
No,
next session.
no worries, no worries. Okay, so
Cheers.
let's now move on to the speed networking session. Now, to join this session, you need to click on the join networking button. And once you're there, the system will randomly match you with another attendee where you will have 2 minutes to chat and to get to know each other better. Okay, so after the 2 minutes are up, you will be matched with a different person. So this whole speed networking session will take approximately 10 minutes. And we will see you back here at 8 p.m. for our panel discussion. So happy networking. Click on that join networking button to join the speed networking session.